The intangible vibe was popularised in the 90s when it diverged from the shorthand reference to a vibraphone and instead became used to describe the vibration or atmosphere of a place. Today you could interchange it with an online trend or bandwagon. Whatever you see it as an instrument of or the vibrations of an oncoming earthquake, the existence of a vibe does not mean that its intention is inherently good. Communism was a vibe too, let's remember. We are joined by Brianna McKee, who has written an article in the magazine this week titled "It's the Constitution, It's the Vibe, It's Water Justice." Brianna, welcome to Spectator TV.
Thank you.
There's no doubt that the Canberra bubble, the university class and the Teal doctors' wives have been struck by a vibe when it comes to the voice to Parliament. Do voters understand this referendum as a substantial legal and constitutional change, or are they more riding the feeling of the whole thing, Brianna?
That's a really good question, and I think voters don't know much about the voice, and that's because not much detail has actually been given. But the IPA has done analysis on this issue. We've looked at the history of judicial activism in Australia and also the New Zealand experience. And the Waitangi Tribunal, which is New Zealand's equivalent to the Voice to Parliament, we've looked at this and there are three key issues. The first is that the voice could become involved in every aspect of life. This is including education, defence, taxes, interest rates, even the selection of High Court judges. The second issue is that the voice could gain veto power over important government decisions. So with the Waitangi Tribunal, it now has veto power over certain legislation, and there are some laws only the Maori can actually suggest reforms to. And the third issue is that it could become impossible to repeal, defund or reform the voice if there are problems after its creation. And that's because it's in the Constitution. The Albanese government, the proposed legislation they have is to insert a provision in the Constitution which permanently divides Australians on the basis of race.